I Want More Comics and Games presents New Comic Book Day, September 24th, 2025. The new history of the DC Universe continues. Superman Unlimited drops, bringing the Blue Boy Scout against the Kryptonite Kingdom. Flash releases issue number 25. Battleworld returns. Heroes from multiple timelines battle for supremacy. Daredevil continues and Ultimate Hawkeye appears in his very own one-shot. Robert Kirkman and David Finch release a new tribalistic fantasy focused on legacy and leadership with Skinbreaker, while Joe Pruitt and Marcel Ofrusin bring Vikings vs. Werewolves. In Viking Moon, the Department of Truth gets a 0 issue. Star Trek debuts The Last Starship. Return to the mind-mending world of Twilight Zone with a new number 1. And Vampirella gets Halloween started in her own spooky special. Get what you want and more at iwantmorecomics.com.
Well, hello.
Welcome.
It's supposed to be 30 minutes of excitement is what I heard.
It's a rainy day outside, so why don't we hang out and talk about hype?
Seems reasonable. Seems like a reasonable call here.
Mm-hmm.
We are live on the platforms. Show is designed to be both live and watch it later. So if you're hanging out with us here, feel free to join the conversation. It's me. It's that guy. We're here for another week.
Mm-hmm.
Seems such like a quieter week since we only got 2 shows we're trying to cram in with the before we do stream sale tomorrow, huh? You know, like
that's right.
What is this? Taking it light, I guess.
We do have a lot of number ones to talk about, which I'm kind of excited to get going.
Welcome to show Light One.
Hello.
So it's like I said, it's interactive. We're here. You can join us, not only just watch, but you can poke around the website at your own speed and pace. www.iwantmorecomics.com, and everybody reminds me I don't have to say W's anymore because nobody does that anymore. That's the old internet, but I'm an oldie, so I'm stuck in my ways. From there, if you use the shop feature, and it is the top biggest priority there because always the new stuff is what people care the most about.
These are the new ones
this week. Man, that's a lot of repeat right there. I'm just gonna say.
New this week. This is all repeats. What's going on?
What the hey?
We might as well talk about right up front as it blasts you is Absolute Universe is doing their second round of reprints and final rounds of reprints for certain titles. Superman's getting its final, and you'll see a bunch of those reprints all the way through. And I believe Martian Manhunter is getting its normal reprint. I believe there's potential for more later. But.
Yeah, I think the number 1's just the 3rd, but I'm not sure if you're going to see too much more after this. We should be wrapping it up and getting to a trade paperback here pretty quick, right? So,
I would hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is the long-term design is second prints, third prints are a great idea to kind of keep it going until that trade paperback hits.
If you're wondering which Absolute is actually new, that would be Absolute Wonder Woman number 12.
Light One, I did see your order for Steak. After we turned around and talked about that on Sunday, I had several orders for Jessamy on that one. So I think me and Richie weren't wrong. People did respond to it, so worked really well in all this. But yeah, the Wonder Woman and this Mahani variant kind of stands out.
It sure does.
Just gonna say that. Well, what else do you want to talk about?
I wanted to talk about something that sells out every single week by Thursday. And I don't think any of the weekend people know it's going on right now. And I think the best way to pull it up is just by searching the artist. It's the Del Auto variant month for DC Comics. And those things have been flying off the shelf, both off the rack and through the interwebs off this page. I am rarely seeing them land. But again, we have 3 this week and they are ridiculous. I think that Harley Quinn is a must.
Geez.
Yeah. So if you guys have been interested in Del Auto, I think the best way to do it is right now. Don't wait. get those guys right now because they are selling so fast. And I want to make sure everybody gets the best shot is right here. I want to reward the people that watch us yammer on every week. So
he does have a hot variant month going on right now for this for sure. And we thought we were ordering enough, but as Richie said, we're wrong.
We thought we were optimistic, and we just weren't optimistic enough. But I really wanted to highlight
greed, that. Right? Like optimism's one level. Now let's dial it up to greed. Like,
yes.
So
I think we'll move from there to one I'll try to like go back and forth through highlights of pictures, then something we can talk about. I think the next thing that's probably the biggest one to talk about is Skinbreaker #1. That is going to be Image.
I can talk with intelligence about this one.
There we go.
They sent a preview of this before we had to order it.
We did, yeah. You and I have both read this comic book. It is a very really simple setup story for what is going to be a new world brought to you by Robert Kirkman of Walking Dead fame and Dave Finch from Everything You've Ever Loved in Batman. It's a really beautiful book. Obviously, you can tell just from the cover there. Skinbreaker is going to be about, like I said it in the reel there, was like it's about leadership, legacy, what those things mean, how to handle the power of power, and should you take it, kind of thing. I think that there's a lot of room for interpretation on this first issue. I'd love to tell you that I know that this is going to be gangbusters and hype it to the moon, but I'll tell you right now that it's for me, it is straightforward, and that isn't a bad thing. As we're talking about Robert Kirkman loves straightforward beginnings. He's like the king of it. And then he takes a turn on issue 3 or 4 and everybody rushes back to go get that #1 because he didn't tell anybody that he was going to go off the rails with it.
I think that's really kind of the best way to put this, is because reading it first time through, you finish it up and you're like, oh, okay. Like it's, like I have nothing to rave about. I have nothing to say, oh, I was just absolutely mind blown kind of idea. But if you really want to think back to your first experience there with Walking Dead, that first issue is just what you expect in a zombie book, right?
That's correct.
It's just zombies are happening, and there's a guy, like we see that the world's gonna have to be survived. Like you don't get a lot. It's like you said, it takes a little bit of setup, and I think we're all looking over our shoulder when Kirkman's writing like this to say, all right, what about this? Where are we going with this? So I think that it feels pretty safe to try it for a couple issues, see where it goes with this. I think that there's, like you said, the art is worth the price of admission alone.
Yeah, David Finch will carry you until the turn, I believe. I definitely I've got one on my pull list. I'm going to follow it for at least 5 issues to give Kirkman a shot to tell me where we're going. Because they did the same thing with Invincible, and it was right about the time I was about to drop it when he decided he was going to turn and make it one of the greatest superhero stories of all time. So, are
you grabbing the $15 bigger than life edition here, the treasury size?
They are huge, the treasury size. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, so monstrous.
Do we have the thank you variant up on the website, or is that strictly in store?
No, that's right there. $39.99. One per store. Thank you variant for stores that supported. Gave a little bit of depth to the book. We always appreciate when Skybound and Image give us the tip of the cap and allow us to sell you guys something exclusive. It is gold foil? Is it? I know it's foil.
It's embossed, actually. I think it's.
Oh, it's what it is.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. It's just the letters are raised, so you can feel it.
Yeah. So that's there, and that's available, and probably won't be by the time we open up tomorrow.
That is correct. All right, we'll go from there to, I think, a trade paperback that everybody should check out. Trades are notoriously under ordered here because we usually order trades per request. But we do the ones available on this. We did bring in for the store for anyone to purchase. The one I wanted to bring attention to is actually right there in the corner is Gray Hulk by Jeff Lemire, or I'm sorry, Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale, the great Tim Sale.
Yeah, there's a couple Jeffs out there. Loeb and Sale did several different miniseries, different colors for different characters. And this is, you can even see by where he did the art down here, 2003. This thing is over 20 years old now, but always still comes up as a story to be recommended and to be read.
Yep. And since Tim has left this plane of existence, he has been sorely missed. And anytime I get to show off his awesome artwork, I will. They're currently doing a reiteration of The Long Halloween, which will be ending soon, actually, with his incredible artwork that he didn't get to finish on the covers. So this is an excellent book. If you haven't picked any of the trades with a color on them, are arguably really good. There's one or two that might be a little polarizing, but Gray Hulk is not one of them. It's a great book. You should pick that one up.
He's saying Spider-Man Blue.
I was talking about Captain America White, but
there's that one too.
So let's go to one of the looky-loos. I have, well, it's actually, we can talk about it too, but everybody knows his name at this point. Mark Spears' Monsters is out this week, and he has an incredible, he's just great at art, but like all these variants are good too. And I thought I'd highlight them because they're sweet and they'll go quick.
So it's tough if you're going to pick one. I think you horror fans gravitate to one real quick. Like,
yes, you.
I think you.
Get the homage.
I think you DC fans gravitate to a different one pretty
That's
quick.
another good. Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
So JSA Classified, the Power Girl homage cover here. A very popular book out there. One that anytime we get it in, we can always offer it up, and somebody has to add it to their collection. But he does an amazing homage after Adam Hughes there. He even gives him the credit on the cover, like all good artists should. He is Mark Spears is definitely a student of the game and appreciates everyone else's work along well. So,
but all great
book.
Definitely.
And leading up to, I believe we're going to talk about it in 2 weeks.
Yes.
This one, the FOC, is going to be for issue number 8. Issue number 8 is being delayed just a hair to put it more in line with Christmas, because it's going to have a blind bag that lines up with Christmas. So
that's right.
I'm bringing it up now because it's something to plan for. Last time, he's the next one that's coming out with blind bags is a different one shot, but it's got 75 different options in it. This guy,
yeah,
just goes.
He
through them.
puts in the work.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about, we'll go with Phantom #1, which is also releasing this week.
Is that Massive? No, it's not.
It is Mad Cave. Sorry.
I knew it was an M.
Yeah.
I had a 50-50 shot, and I guess
you did. It's all good. The Phantom is obviously a classic character that many people adore. Phantom is part of the DNA that is Batman as well. This is just us going back and bringing him up. So Mad Cave got the rights, and now we are back with a Phantom #1 in 2025. This is, the term old heads is something I have with respect. People that enjoyed comics for a long time and carried that torch all the way up to us. And now I'm becoming an old head, and I want to make sure that we do continue to carry on the legacy characters such as the Shadow and the Phantom and Dick Tracy. So when I see them, I want to highlight them. I think that if you're into pop culture, or even like pop culture action, this is the place to be. This is where we all kind of get our comic bookiness from. So
as Dr. Mambo brings up there, he's giving the Billy Zane shout out.
Yes. Great movie too. Great might be a hyperbole, but good.
Enjoyable.
Sure. Yeah.
Doesn't have to be great.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. From there, I want to look at Spider-Girl number 4 from Marvel. Specifically the really awesome Joelle Jones variant. Just the one I think is a sweet highlight. I think people should take a look at it.
I mean, you've got Alex Ross doing Dagger there, which turned out.
Alex Ross's Dagger,
too.
obviously, timeless variants are incredible. There are actually a lot of good variants, but this Joelle Jones just really popped to me. I like her art a lot.
And Joelle has done great stuff out there ever since all the way back to Lady Killer.
Mm-hmm.
So, and lots of people here would have met her at, it was one of the earlier Denver Comic Cons, wasn't it?
Yes.
So,
from there, we can talk. We can stick with Marvel and go into Battle World number 1.
Okay.
Battle World, for those that don't know, is something that Marvel's done a couple times, where different eras and multiverses of heroes, your favorite heroes, battle for supremacy. And this is going to be, I think, a mini series. And this is the 2025 version of it with Christos Cage at the helm, Marcus Toe doing the artwork, and a lot of great variants to boot.
Yeah, I saw there. I wanted to bring this one up because if you guys don't remember your 80s wildness, there was New Universe was a pocket little kind of like sub brand for Marvel back way so long ago, back in the 80s, and they did some different things. This cover here and all this brings back just tons of nostalgia for that.
That's awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool covers on it, but it's a new number 1, and I think you should jump on it.
Mm-hmm.
From there, I had we can take a look at Dragon Quest, which I have under Square Enix.
Yeah, that's the manga here.
It is a manga, but it is a number 1 manga, and that's why I thought I'd bring it up. One, I like Dragon Quest, the IP. I've really enjoyed the games. This comes up after 100 years after the 3rd game, and you follow the adventures of the knight Edric. And at number 1, we bring those up to the front and see if people are interested. And if you are, this is the time where you would read it and go, hey, I want you to add me to that. And then you start getting 2, 3, 4, and you're not wondering why, you don't come late to the game and you're like, wait, you only have 4 and then 8. Is there any way I can get, this is the perfect time and opportunity to jump on those, see if you enjoy it, and then make sure you're on the train ride as they come out.
I don't want to encourage people to just sleep on this and stay away with this, but I will say that they have been doing a much better job of keeping these in print and available. We have been way more successful here now that we're chasing through 3 different distributors to keep our manga completely loaded up on the shelf. It's only a couple little small pieces here and there, but like recently we had just loaded back up on Dragon Ball, on One Piece, on Dan to Dan. And I saw that Dan to Dan's already gone again, so off of our shelf. So there'll be another order coming in this week to turn around and get us back going with that. But we are able to kind of promote manga with a little bit more confidence now and say that we have it so that when you want to turn around and grab and go. I will also say this, manga readers are the type of people who go over and want to grab 6 at a time. Like when they know that they like something, grabbing like 1 to 6 is just like breathing air.
Yeah.
No problem.
It's very average, yes. All right. From there, let's talk about a few more number 1s. Let's start with Twilight Zone.
Okay.
Which I believe is IDW.
Yep.
Twilight Zone is just a great I think everybody knows what Twilight Zone is, but if you don't, it's like taking social construct matters and turning them or tilting them in a different perspective to make them eerie and sometimes terrifying. The thing that approached me first was that this is going to be an anthology series. Each issue will be its own episode, if you will, and the creative team gets to kind of do what they want. It will be black and white as the TV show was originally. And the first creative team features Dan Waters as the writer, who is currently very high on my list of writers. He's the biggest work that I know to show people is if you've read anything with Batman, Dark Patterns, that's Dan Waters. And he's really, I think he's very good at finding a place and voice for each character and presence, and him on Twilight Zone tickles me. So
it's really kind of a treat for me to see a book that's a one-off and you can turn around and too much feels like sometimes it's crammed in there to write to a cliffhanger to get you to come back next month kind of thing. But being able to tell an entire story in one issue just can be way more enjoyable because you don't feel like you didn't get everything of it. And your other variant people on here, Franco Francavilla and Martin Simmons, from Department of Truth, and Francavilla from so much stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, unreal on that.
All right, then we can go to Viking Moon, which I believe is Image.
Yeah. I even know this guy who wrote it personally.
There you go. I love the premise of this, man. This is going to be Vikings versus werewolves. You can kind of see it right up front. I genuinely am just intrigued by it. I looked at the artwork on the inside. Excellent. And I mean, it just looks like a bloody good time. I'm very excited for it.
Marcelo Frusin, great artist, can really do extra storytelling with the paneling and pieces put together there. Like I said, Joe Pruitt, who previous to this was head of Aftershock Comics, but then has been in the industry forever and a day. Late 90s was writing some of the X-Men stuff that I know of during what was the era of called Counter X, where there was a little bit of a reboot in the X-Men world. And then prior to that was head of one of the independent companies way back then. I want to say Caliber was which one, but I could be off. It could have been Innovative or something like that, or I could be just blending all these together anyway. But Joe's longstanding in deep roots into the comic community and is coming back here with some of the taking some time to write some stories. It's also producing some books. I think he's got a Kickstarter going on right now with some Joe Chusco work. So lots of things in the fire for him.
All right. And then now we're going to go on a looky-loo because I think it's a little bit to talk about it too, but Wonder Woman has a new issue out this week and has a featured variant that has we put it on our final orders due because I think it might be the first cover appearance of the Matriarch.
It is. That's the big deal on this one. They actually bumped a cover off of here to be able to fit this kind of this design cover on this. So it's a Daniel Sampier gets to present the brand new character in full glory.
And I will tell you that, like, on two or three different levels, this comic is worth buying, not just because it's a first appearance that's a collector's reason. Wonder Woman, Tom King's Wonder Woman has been insanely good from the get, and he's been writing it for almost 2 years now. A very, very good book, and it has just kept leveling up. Every arc has been better than the last. So I cannot wait to see what Matriarch does to this storyline.
How many DC Easter eggs can you see on this character design here? Try to figure out what's going on between a chest plate that probably looks familiar, right? Two different rings.
I see that too.
Look pretty familiar to me.
Yep.
Plenty more to go over on this.
Even that crown looks a little familiar to me.
Yeah, there's some stuff going on there. I will say this is, if you're the type of person who wants to grab one copy of a book because you're like, oh, I'm a reader, I just want my one, good luck choosing.
Yeah.
The base one, Stampier's fine and all this.
Yeah.
I'm going to skip the one in 25 because I'm not trying to fleece you guys, but do you go Nakayama foil, the Putri on pumpkin spicy, the Mark Spears
trading
or
card
Homer?
Yeah.
I mean, there is no wrong
Roll
answer
the
on this
dice.
page.
It don't matter. You won't
Yeah.
lose.
But I will say this: the hype of the book, the new character, the covers. We did orders bigger on this. It's also going to have missing pieces if any of it's left by the weekend. So
Mhm.
that's why you're here today.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk about Conan the Barbarian, Scourge of the Serpent from Titan Comics. This is a new like side story going on in the Conan universe. This is actually spinning out of the Free Comic Book Day story that you might have read back in July. So it's finally here. It probably should have been out earlier and got delayed because of reasons. And now it's finally here. So if you were on Conan the Barbarian, you got tied to this. You don't have to worry about it. But for those of you that have been digging Conan and want to make sure you don't miss out, I would jump on this quick.
Yep.
All right. Another Looky Loo, which is very interesting. I had a lot of Marvel. Marvel must have been grabbing at me today. Godzilla Destroys the Marvel U.
Well, there's 88 options under Marvel right now before we start selling out. So there's a lot of things going on there.
That Ji Hung Lee variant of Stare Down with Wolverine Godzilla is just fantastic.
We sold so heavy on this on pre-orders, and we're still expecting to sell much more of it because
look at it.
Like, I appreciate honestly, I appreciate that this has such a different perspective than going with, say, like this would be easy to do McFarlane claws, right? That would be easy to turn around and do. But Ji Hung Lee thought of something here that presents itself in its own way.
It's
and just
pitch perfect Wolverine too. So
just he's not gonna back down.
He was just slashing at his toes, and Godzilla just went, "What are you doing? Come on!" Good stuff. Yeah. I'm in.
No problem there. You still got JTC action figure variants on this, and then you get some weird ones where Watchers back this month with Iron Man Godzilla.
Yep.
It's just absolutely great.
It's good stuff. Good stuff.
And Mark Brooks on your A. No big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal.
We'll stay in Marvel and talk about their new #1 in the Ultimates universe called Hawkeye. Ultimate Hawkeye is getting their first adventure spinning out of Ultimates from Hickman. From Denise Camp, and Denise Camp is actually writing this as well. It is a one-shot, so we can kind of get in and get out. I'm not going to speculate, but I will say that typically a one-shot in an Ultimate Universe scenario means that they need to tell a part of this story. So it's rarely fluff. That's what I'll say.
Mm-hmm. Since we are leading up to some culminating storylines here, it seems like that would really scream. And the lyrics, one of this character, well, can see that. I did see that in your video you highlighted the 1 in 25 David Mack, which is absolutely excellent there.
Silly goose.
That is such good spatial design. Just
Mac, man.
I had to blow it up so you could just see that it's not simple. There's a background that he's peeking through on this whole thing. It's really well put together.
We can stay in Ultimate World and look at Spider-Man's 1 in 25 Lozano. Lozano is a big artist, so much so that I may end up opening up a give me everything Lozano. 1 in 25 ratios wouldn't fit in that category, but goodness gracious, is this cover ridiculous.
When I was pricing this yesterday, it has sold as high as $70. I believe that was somebody that had to have it, wasn't going to mess around, wasn't going to waste any time digging for a deal kind of idea. And the earliest ones that are listed out there are always the most expensive. But I think that this does, this is already going to stay higher than ratio numbers and why it's priced the way it is today.
Next was one I wanted to quickly we'll quickly talk about. Let's go to Star Trek Last Airship from IDW. This is The Federation has fallen. Hope is fading. One last starship remains to fight for the future. This is the very last. A resurrected James T. Kirk dooms the dooms the Federation, and he's their only hope. So I think it's really cool for us Star Trek fans. It looks like kind of like Doom-esque Star Trek, and I think that you should make sure and not miss out on this number one.
Michael Cho's always one of my bigger ones on the list. They gave him the foil version here. So that's a really big kind of screamer there. And then even just this Skylar Patridge.
Yes, just the it cover I like it. I like the ominous part of it.
Yeah, so lots going on there.
We are running out of time, so I will quickly mention a few honorables. He-Man and the Sword of Flaws drops today. It's a new number one. For those that are into Motu. Batman TMNT Adventures, the trade paperback, is available. This is the 1990s cartoon with the 2010 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon, which is really cool. The Daredevil Lee Bermejo variant is ridiculously good. Check that bad boy out. And finally, Escape number 2 releases, as well as the first issue, second print. If you did not jump on that, I'm telling you to jump on that. It is so good. It is, if you're into like war stories or just in general like bonding movies or bonding stories and movies and things like that, it is incredibly good. And I cannot wait for number 2.
My early adolescence is going to turn around and make me take a look at Quick Stops Volume 3, number 2 here, because nothing for
I had that on there
Brody,
as well.
For Brody there. I also saw it with Image. Monstrous the Compendium is out.
Oof,
so
it's huge. It's gigantic, man.
It's $60, but I think you get 25 to 30 issues in it.
Ooh.
So it's a lot of meat.
Mm-hmm.
So
all right, man, that's the hype.
Plenty of great stuff out there. Easy to turn around and use the website, place your orders, in-store pickup, or turn around and get it shipped for you. But we've got availability, and you guys should turn around and check it out.
Until then, we'll see you tomorrow morning and tomorrow for the stream sale.
See you at 5:30 tomorrow night on all your favorite channels. Thanks, everyone.
I Want More Comics and Games presents New Comic Book Day, September 24, 2025. The new history of the DC Universe continues. Superman Unlimited drops, bringing the Blue Boy Scout against the Kryptonite Kingdom. Flash releases issue number 25. Battleworld returns. Heroes from multiple timelines battle for supremacy. Daredevil continues, and Ultimate Hawkeye appears in his very own one-shot. Robert Kirkman and David Finch release a new tribalistic fantasy focused on legacy and leadership with Skinbreaker, while Joe Pruitt and Marcel O'Frusin bring Vikings vs. Werewolves. In Viking Moon, the Department of Truth gets a 0 issue. Star Trek debuts The Last Starship. Return to the mind-mending world of Twilight Zone with a new number 1. And Vampirella gets Halloween started in her own spooky special. Get what you want and more at iwantmorecomics.com.